fuel along the way. We're going to time lapse once we're on the motorway. There's nothing to see really. And the video will end before I've got to where I'm going today because I can't show where I'm going. Sorted. Don't want to go near Bradford because of the ultra low emission zone. This yet doesn't have exempt status. That is a bit of a dicky connection on the wiring at the back. cab door bit. Go up to the top one, so I can do some shunting to get out. Kill it and hope it bloody starts back up. Oh, right, £115 later. Stop that. Next stop and final stop. I've got a brim tank now, so that fuel gauge is lying because I physically cannot fit any more fuel in the tank.
She's an MPD, the shortest little dart that you'll ever see. But the engine's got a crack and it's leaking out its pipe. That's what we're about. Well, we're scrubbing down the chassis and we're sorting out the tools, working in the rain like a couple of fools. But the calendar is turning and the time is getting tight. We've got to get this Dennis Dart running right. So watch the full video and hit that like. We're racing for Llandudno on a long hard hike. The timing case is cracked and the fun is low, but with your help the bus is gonna
fuel efficient than we thought.
Load of grumbers all left in the dark. The gearbox is lazy, she's shifting too soon. In a low revving mumble, a miserable tune. But I see the lights turning amber to green, and a gap in the traffic like I've never seen. It's time to stop cruising, it's time to get bold and wake up the legend that's down in the hold. Oh, bury the pedal right down to the floor and listen to the Cummins begin to roar. One click of the switch, hear the gearbox drop. We're chasing the wind and we're never gonna stop. It's the magic of kickdown, the driver's delight, making the engine sing all through the night. There's a steep gradient hill rising up in the lane, and the eco mode logic is feeling the strain. The needle is dropping, the momentum is lost, and keeping the schedule is counting the cost. But I've got a trick for the stalling and slow, a heavy boot special to make the girl go. I stomp on the boards, hear the solenoid click, and the old girl responds with a physical kick. Drop a gear, hear the scream, hold the revs, taste the steam. The valves are a-dancing, a mechanical dream. From a low register grumble to a high tenor wail, the kickdown is king of the Manchester Trail. Clutching the rails for their life as I'm cutting the traffic like a hot butter knife. The turbo is whistling a Banshee's own song, while the 6PT proves that it's steady and strong. Who cares if she's hot? Who cares if she's loud? We're leaving a shimmering heat haze cloud. It's the soul of the bus, it's the heart of the drive. The moment the kickdown makes us feel alive. Oh, bury the pedal right down to the floor and listen to the Cummins begin to roar. One click of the switch, hear the gearbox drop. We're chasing the wind and we're never gonna stop. It's the magic of kickdown, the driver's delight, making the engine sing all through the night. Hold on tight, Doris, we're dropping a gear. Listen to that, she's not screaming, she's singing, mate. Kickdown, the only way to fly a 40-footer. Hey, 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 hey.
Back to high speed days. But there's no sign saying it's unsuitable. Saying unsuitable for HGVs, I'm probably thinking a bit twice about it. But there isn't, so it must be suitable. Just maybe maybe not ideal. But looking at this map, we'll be off this in a minute. This is what happens when you miss this turn. That's a bit more of a normal road. Must come down here, so it has to be suitable. Then there'll be little up there solos. Bit easier driving down here at night. You can use headlights to see if anything's coming. Fortunately, 1-watt candles aren't very good. But this ain't doing good for the fuel economy, that's for sure. It's obviously taking me over to like Skipton. On the GPS, 25 on the speedometer. These roads in a vehicle like this, you don't want to be rushing. I'm not in service, I don't have a timetable to keep to, so there's absolutely no need to be bombing it. Just nice and steady wins the race. The only thing that's getting pushed back is my bedtime. But at the end of the day, if I don't get there at all, my bedtime's not coming. Misty up here. Car coming, I'm gonna way up there, so I'm gonna pull in. I am firmly on my side of the road, so down the back. It's a bit wider than the car. Skipton Old Road is what? 1 hour 1 minute, not 50 miles. Bear in mind it's about 55 from Keighley. Not exactly shaved much time off this. Rolling gear, but covering the brake, and then that gives the fan a chance to just cool it down a bit. The air being cooler up here as well. Not too bad. There's a few cars coming now, so I'm going to be slowing down a bit. At the moment I'm taking a position of presence in the road, which is like more to the centre. Keep you out of the gutter. That is actually a big vehicle that's coming. So what I'm going to do is just pull in there like that. That just gives the big vehicle that extra bit of room. No point trying to fight past each other, you don't need to. started to work as long as possible. Not pulling the brakes up too much. Maybe I can hold it in gear. Down there, I'd be going about 50 by the time I hit here. Although the speed would be nice to get up this hill on the other side, you would just bottom out as well as, and say doing 50 down here in one of these, down a hill, is uncontrolled. Another solid hill now. I think I know where I am. Where I've not got my foot on the gas, the fan's spinning slower, but the radiator was still cool it quick enough. Wider here though. I still want to make sure I'm going down the hill in a controlled manner. There's a ditch off to the left there. Slow down an extra amount because there's wall on either side. Put the full beam on to give people a little bit extra warning. There is a vehicle coming. That's those that are further than the end of their bonnet. Place to pull over if they're not. Yeah. You go down to a crawl, you've got a little bit more, you've got a lot more time to react to a developing hazard and situation than if you just go gung-ho into it. So, although, yeah, it might be a little bit cautious, too cautious. People might say, oh, you don't know the size of your vehicle, you're too cautious. On roads like this, it's just not worth it. You know, I'd rather be, there's nothing behind me. So I'd rather be that little bit more extra cautious. Because you don't know if the road user coming the opposite way actually knows the size of their vehicle. With headlights, you don't know the size of that vehicle that's coming towards you. And as these are roads I don't actually know, that extra bit of care and caution goes a long way. I think I see a normal road. Especially when some of these corners are blind. And look at this now, how narrow it is. If you'd just gone bombing it into there, and something was bombing it the other way, you won't be stopping. As well as country roads often hide hidden dips, bumps, potholes. Yeah, we're going on to an A-road shortly, so be able to actually sit back, relax and put the hammer down a bit. Look at this again, narrow in here. There's a car coming. There you go. Plenty of time to react, plenty of time to get round him. We're now forced onto the wrong side of the road. Take the time. The other thing is people might not expect something this size to be coming down their country road. Some people might take objection, although there's no sign saying this road is unsuitable or I can't bring this down here. Some people might be, well, that's too big, you know, when realistically we're proving it isn't too big, but some people might just object to it. so much fuel, I would have got fuel there, it's cheaper. I came the other side and found the milk and came in today.
From the rainy streets to the muddy yard, this is Mank Buses, working long and hard. We're saving the steel, we're fixing the past, building these icons so they're gonna last. From the Dennis Dart to the heavy duty gear, we're the grease and the grit that you find right here. No budge jobs allowed, just the heart and the soul. Restoration is the name of the goal. Mank Buses, let's get stuck in. Hey! Hey! Leading the charge, he's the jack of all trades. Jordan's the master, making the grades. The leader of the pack with a plan in his hand, keeping the wheels turning all across the land. And there's Sean with a wrench and a grin. If the engine is blowing, he'll dive right in. No budge jobs allowed, just the heart and the soul. Restoration is the name of the goal. Mank Buses, let's get stuck in. Leading the charge, he's the jack of all trades. Jordan's the master, making the grades. The leader of the pack with a plan in his hand, keeping the wheels turning all across the land. Then there's Sean with a wrench and a grin. If the engine is blowing, he'll dive right in. A perfectionist touch, he's the king of the belt, making those roadside breakdowns melt. It might stall for him when he takes the seat, but without Sean, we'd be dead on our feet. Rolling through the streets, living out the dream. We are the Mank Buses team. We'll take the piss and we'll have a good laugh, but we're brothers in grease on this crazy path, yeah. We are the Mank Buses team. Stefan stands steady, the silent pride. He's the soul of the bus, he's part of the ride. And Natalie's there, the voice of common sense, keeping us in check when the logic is dense. She'll give us the answer, she'll show us the way, but we pay no attention to what she has to say. Then it all goes wrong and she stood in the glow, just shaking her head saying, I told you so. But wait for the boss, she's the one in command, with a heavy metal spanner held tight in her hand. Imogen's here, though she's only just 2. The Mini 4 woman is watching you. She's inspecting the job, she's checking the work, making sure there's no place for a slacker to lurk. Then there's Scott on the pedals, he's never late, the best driver around, he's absolutely great. He brings the snacks and he brings the laughs, while we're crawling the motorways on long haul paths. We might not see eye to eye, things might get heated, but the small tight team won't ever be defeated. We're a special team with a special bond, from the grease in the pits to the roads far beyond. Taking the piss is what keeps us all going, even when engines are smoking and blowing. And don't you forget, as the miles fly by, you're a member of the team. Every viewer, every like, rolling through the streets, living out the dream. We are the Mank Buses team. team. From the rainy streets to the muddy yard, Mancbus is giving legends one more. Hey Sean, is that oil leaking under the Dennis?
I told you it was leaking.
Listen, if it's leaking, it still has oil in it, so it'll be fine. We'll only worry when it stops. In the belly of the beast where the grease meets the steel, there's a legendary power that you're gonna have to feel. Forget your fancy sensors and your plastic covered toys. This is 6 in a row for the big dapper boys. With a cast iron block and a head made of stone, she's got a heavy metal music all of her own. From the workshop floor to the steep Pennine climb, the coming 6BT is the master of time. Oh, she's a 6-liter wonder, she's a dream in a bus. She'll do 1,000,000 miles without making a fuss. With a P-pump humming and a turbocharger whine, she's the iron-hearted queen of the Manchester line. Practically indestructible, reliable and tough. When the road gets hard, she's got more than enough. Hey! They can overheat the radiator, they can forget the oil, but this mechanical marvel will continue to toil. Yeah, can dash her all day on the stop-start run, and she'll still be idling when the shift is all done. No limp motor stop us, no computer to lie, just a mechanical beast that'll never say die. If the world ends tomorrow and the sky turns to black, a 6BT will be the only thing coming back. Hear the rattle, feel the torque, she's the working man's engine. From London to York, 12 valves of glory, all seated in line, keeping the schedule and the timing on sign. The gaffer loves the fuel rate, the driver loves the pull. Even when the single-decker is upstairs full, she'll take the heavy gradient without a single moan, while the lesser-built engines are beginning to groan. You can flick the wheel and you can stomp on the brake, but you can't kill the power that the Cummins can make. She's the backbone of the fleet, the pride of the shed, reliable as cookfoot till the driver's in bed. Oh, she's a 6-liter wonder, she's a dream in a bus. She'll do 1,000,000 miles without making a fuss. With a P-pump humming and a turbocharger whine, she's the iron-hearted queen of the Manchester line. Practically indestructible, reliable and tough. When the road gets hard, she's got more than enough. Best engine ever put in a chassis that she'll run on old chip fat if you ask her nicely. 6BT, keep it pegged, lad, she'll get us home. Diesel-soaked joint, from the does this go here to the when will it be. It's a masterclass in the great stupidity. The buses are glowing with a sign in the front, in letters so big they could weather a shunt. It says Piccadilly in neon and gold, but a passenger stops me remarkably bold. He pokes his head in with a squint and a frown. Does this bus by any chance go into town? I look at the destination, I look at the man, only if the sign is part of a trick secret plan. Then a lady comes a-running, all out of her breath, like missing the bus was a matter of death. How long will the next one be, driver? She cries with a desperate look in her watering eyes. I check on my watch and I check on the street. I give her a look that is bitter and sweet. How long will it be? Well, if you must know, it's about 38 feet. Is this the front of the bus? That's a lad in a cap, as I'm sitting right here with the wheel in my lap. Does the circular route go around in a square? Do I have to pay if I'm not really there? If I sit on the top, will I get there as fast? I tell him the bottom deck's always the last. Then a fella leans in with a panicked expression. Do you know where the bus in front of you's gone? Oh, what's happened to the 201? I stare at the road and I stare at the sky. I give him a very long, heavy-set sigh. Do I look like a psychic or a man in the sun? No, I'm driving this one. I'm driving a single, just one level high, with nothing but roof between us and the sky. Someone pokes their head in, are you full, driver dear? As they're squashed up against my left-hand side mirror, I say no, there's plenty of room upstairs. And they look at me puzzled with vacant-eyed stares. Are there any seats, driver? He asks with a stare as he hangs off the rail in the humid hot air. I say, you can have this one with a bit of a glare, but I doubt we'll get far if I'm not sitting there. Does this bus go to E17 4BZ? I look at him blankly, I'm quite at sea. What do I look like? A bloody A to Z? Or a postman with letters to deliver in bed? Driver, she chirps, do you go to Stockport? I tell her the truth with a bit of a grin. Well, the bus does, so I suppose I must too, unless I jump out and leave it to you. What time does this bus leave? He asks with a sigh. What time does it leave? Well, to tell you the truth, we haven't decided yet. Does this bus go to the hospital? A gentleman groans. I say, only if I crash it, so hold on real tight. Can I get a child's fare? Asks a man of 44. I say, sure, if you've shrunk since the break of the dawn. Oh, the questions they ask as they step on the floor are enough to make any man bolt for the door. With a blank staring face and a finger to point, they're looking for wisdom in this diesel-soaked joint. Does this bus stop at the next stop, driver? No, I usually just teleport over it, mate. What time does the 10 o'clock bus leave? Well, 10 o'clock! Hey!
They call us a different breed, and maybe they're right. While the world looks at a bus and sees a commute, a seat to be taken, a window to stare through, we see a pulse. We are the people who don't need to see the front of the bus to know what's coming around the corner. We can hear the whistle of a turbo, the distinct rhythmic growl of a Volvo DH10A, the sharp metallic clatter of a Cummins, or the deep bellows breath of a Leyland Atlantean. We hear the air brakes hiss like a tired sigh, and we know the fleet number before the driver even hits the brakes. They call it an obsession. We call it a passion. And in this community, there are two sides of the same coin. There are those who love the ride, the seekers of the rear seat hum, the recorders of the journey, capturing the miles as the city blurs past the glass. And then there are those who roll up their sleeves. The ones with the black crescent moons under their fingernails, the ones who crawl under a rotted subframe with a torch and a prayer, the ones who don't see a scrap-ready shell but a skeleton that deserves to walk again. Without them, the history we hold would be nothing but static photos in a dusty book. The metal would scream as the crushers closed in, and the stories of the Manchester streets would vanish into a furnace. But look inside the depots. You'll see a bridge built of steel and time. You see the old hands, the ones who remember the smell of leaded fuel and the feel of manual boxes. They hold skills that the modern world has forgotten, techniques that aren't in a YouTube tutorial or a digital manual. They are the teachers passing down the feel of a bolt, the scent of a failing gasket, showing the young ones how to coax life out of a cold engine that hasn't breathed in 20 years. It's a handoff, a relay race against time. They pass the wrench, they pass the knowledge, ensuring that when they step back, the wheels don't stop. From the kids with their first cameras to the veterans with a lifetime of grease, we are the different ones. We are the ones who refuse to let the beasts die. We keep the heritage rolling, one gear, one bolt, and one what if at a time.
Oh, it's a great life on the buses. There's nothing like it, you'll agree. Staring at a rotted frame because there's plenty you can see.
Mostly home!
Oh, it's a great life on the buses. There is no better place to meet then huddle around a DH10 in the freezing fucking sleet. Oh, it's a great life on the buses, no matter what the time of day. We're pissing money down the drain, but we're on our way. There's so much feeling on the buses as people fumble for their gear. The semi-auto's acting up and the end is looking near. It's so exciting on the buses when someone's fumbling next to you, trying to find the 13 mil while the air tank's blowing through. There's always life upon the buses, make sure the experts stay at home. The ones who talk a lot of shit but leave you sitting on your own. It's so romantic on the buses, it's fucking thrilling when you ride, mastering a manual box while you're dying deep inside. If you're skint, then sell the bastard, that's all the furs have to say. But they won't put a penny in to help us on our way. They moan when legends go to scrap and they have a little cry, but they wouldn't pick a spanner up if their fingered life was on the line. Oh, it's a great life on the buses, mastering the double clutch while the modern auto drivers don't touch. You'll see the world upon the buses from the hard shoulder or the bay. We're keeping history fighting fit in our own thinking way. Oh, it's a great life on the buses, no matter what the time of day. The bank account is fucking dry.
Is that the heavy wrecker? Fucking great, that's the rent gun. Pass me a rag. I've got diesel in my eye again. Still, beats sitting in an office, doesn't it?
Wait up, right.
She's a 20-year-old legend, she's an MPD, the shortest little dart that you'll ever see. But the engine's got a crack and it's leaking out its pipe. That's what we're about. Well, we're scrubbing down the chassis and we're sorting out the tools, working in the rain like a couple of fools. But the calendar is turning and the time is getting tight. We've got to get this Dennis Dart running right. So watch the full video and hit that like. We're racing for Llandudno on a long hard hike. The timing case is cracked and the fun is low, but with your help the bus is gonna go. Yeah, with your help the bus is gonna go. There's fiberglass to sand and there's panels left to bend. We're fighting every rattle right until the end. The specialist is waiting and the bill is gonna bite, but we'll have her on the promenade in the May sunlight. So don't skip the ads and don't click away. Every minute that you watch helps a mechanic get paid. From Manchester to Wales, it's a mission, can't you see? Preserving a piece of our history. So watch the full video and hit that like. We're racing for Llandudno on a long hard hike.